with all the bags because it was so heavy. And he had some flowers and his mom and his dad, everybody was there. It was really nice. Yeah.
어머니가 준비했어요.
안녕하세요. 저는 브라질에서 아나입니다. 만나서 반갑습니다. I arrived here on Halloween last year, so 7 months more or less. I've always wanted to come here because when I was in high school, I had these friends that really liked Japanese culture and songs, and then I found out about Korean K-pop and K-drama and all of these kind of things. I really wanted to come here, so first I went to Australia, ended up meeting my husband, came here, and here I am. No, I just came and like, okay, I'm gonna live there, and I went and I'm here. Never been, I just like knew some things about it, like from TV or from YouTube, but that's it. Since I lived in Brazil and so much multicultural and people from everywhere, it wasn't a big shock. And also living in Australia, I met some other people. Not many things, like the first impression was I was very shocked. I was like, I can't believe that I'm here. But other than that, it was nice. Like day to day, I start seeing some things that I'm not used to. Like right now, when we were coming here, I saw on the lamppost, someone's credit card was just stuck there. Where else would you see that? Why is it there? When I came, I thought I was gonna do the whole quarantine in the hotel, and then they told me, no, you leave in the evening. So I had to call everybody, say, I don't have any place to go. And then we went straight home, but it was fun. So that I was just waiting like for them to come pick me up. And I hadn't seen Ted in a year and a half. I didn't really know what to do. I was just kind of standing there with all the bags because it was so heavy. And he had some flowers and his mom and his dad, everybody was there. It was really nice.
어머니가 준비했어요.
And his little sister, when she saw me, she started crying. Ted didn't cry. She cried. And I was like, you're gonna make me cry? And I only had met her before. I met his family in Australia on Valentine's Day. Just quickly we had dinner and my Korean is not good enough. But I remember his dad asking like, BTS 좋아했어요? And like trying to ask me some things and his little sister translating some things and he had to go to order the food. So I was alone there, kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to say. Now it's better. Not good, but it's better. Yeah, so apartment was completely empty. We weren't expecting, and suddenly everything started coming. But it was nice because then we could organize everything how we wanted and change and decide again later.
Are you still living in this house?
Yeah. I think the biggest difference here is you have many first floor apartments. In Brazil, there's some old apartments that they have the first floor, but usually the new ones, they have the garage floors first, and then the playground and the apartments, just for a more like safety measure, because then you're not gonna have anybody climbing on your window or something. And also here, you don't really have a doorman, like a door person to say like, open the door so you can come in. It feels kind of freeing. It's very different. Yeah, I think the most amazing thing is just ordering stuff and they just deliver to your door. And I remember like even ordering food, I would have to go downstairs to pick up the food because nobody else is allowed to go in. Always safety measures, but yeah. Yeah, so I don't know in other states, but in my state in Brazil, we don't really recycle anything. So in Australia, I started learning to recycle stuff, but we would just put everything together and having to learn like which thing goes where. In the beginning, I was always asking like, okay, this one, where do I put it? And then I started learning how to read it. And I saw this paper on the building and I took a picture of it. I'm like, okay, this one goes on this one, this one goes on that one, because it's so many things. But after a while, it's like, oh, it makes sense. It's much better, everything organized, everything to recycle. At least you know they are recycling and it's better than just throwing it away because so much trash.
What is this?
It's this magnetic little thing to clean the windows. After I did that, I did hit my face on the door maybe 2 times. Also the grocery part was kind of hard because I had to translate everything and try to find the stuff because I was like, okay, I don't know what these things is, but most of them I could find. I think Ted cooks more than me.
Oh.
because he's always like searching some new recipes and cooking. I cook more when he's working, and then I make dinner, so when he comes there's food there, but usually we go to the gym together, come back, and so, but I think he cooks more. I tried making just like kimchijeon, and I made kimbap once before coming here, and I tried japchae, but it wasn't very good. But the last time we did here, it's pretty nice. At least I had some help doing it.
Which one was the best?
I really love japchae, and I really love tuna kimbap. It's like, I think I would say it's my favorite things I could eat all the time, especially the kimbap. Yeah, just like little ones, and to the big one, I think it was Lotte Mart. There's so many things, and like I want to get everything because it's so different. When I go buy some snacks, I go to the sweet part, because like in Brazil we use sugar a lot. Everything is very sweet, and then like, okay, sweets, I go get it, and it's not sweet. Luckily I had a little time to adjust in Australia, because they also don't use that much sugar. But yeah, we use a lot of sugar in Brazil. We don't have much information about Korea. Sometimes you see on the news, but like for example, on history classes, we don't really hear about Korea. We hear about Japan, but not about Korea. That's why like the first contact we have is usually with Japanese stuff, and then we find like the other part of it. Because recently my mom said she saw on TV, especially about the traditional Korean wedding with the hanbok and everything. She's like, does it have to be like that? It's very pretty, very colorful. I think it's pretty. I kind of want to do that too. But no, not much information, because I don't think there's many Koreans in Brazil too. I know there's a lot of Japanese, especially São Paulo area, Chinese too, but Korean not much, I think. Well, it was hard to leave Brazil. I had to convince my dad, and my mom really didn't want to, so I said I was gonna come for 6 months. And then I renewed the visa. To Korea was a little bit easier, because I had already been not in the country for almost 3 years. They knew I met Ted, I met his family and everybody, and they were kind of like, okay, do you have everything? Can you prepare all the visa, all the stuff? And isn't it gonna be complicated? I'm like, yeah, but get used to it, it's fine. But they were a little worried. My mom, at least now, like when I went to Australia, she kept asking me to come back. Now she stopped, she's fine. I have a younger brother. He is 22, I want to say. He's fine, he's really cool. And also, I think he finishes this year medical school. So like he's always very busy, either studying or in the hospital. We have a doctor in the family. But he's nice, he's cool. We talk a lot. We usually talk in English, actually. Because I learned English when I was a kid, and he learned too, like a few years later. And then we started just talking in English at home, like randomly. And now when we text in English. I mean, I would want to invite everyone. I know my mom is not gonna come because she's afraid of getting on an airplane. She never did, but she's afraid. My dad, I think he would, but I don't know if he would without my mom. And my brother, the only problem would he be busy, but I think he would come, no problem, yeah. Before I talk about that, I want to say that I know Korea is not heaven, and I know Brazil has a very high crime rate, but I don't want to say that and make people scared of going there. It's a very beautiful place, very nice people. Just if you go, be careful, it's not like here. Because I still get surprised going to a cafe and seeing people's stuff on the table, like their laptop, their phone and everything, to just go to the bathroom and leave. I don't know, I couldn't do that yet. I'm not used to it. And I think another big shock was the gym locker rooms. Because in Brazil, like, we're very open people, but not that much. When we go to the gym, in Australia too, when you go to the gym, you have your little private bathroom. And here, I got a few times and there was nobody in the locker room. And then once I got in and I saw some naked women, because they showered and everything. And I looked and I didn't know what to do, so I had to leave. It was my first time seeing another naked woman. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna look, I'm gonna pass like this. Definitely the language barrier, because I came here without knowing the language. If I came here and I had already I learned a little bit. I know how to read Hangul and how to write it, but my knowledge is pretty small. Like, to have a conversation, I can say some sentences, understand some words, try to guess on the context. Because I remember being home like, okay, I need to buy bread. Ted's not here, what do I do? Trying to order something online or anything, and it's He says he would encourage me to study. I'm not a good student, but I try with the main purpose of the YouTube channel was to learn how to speak. 오늘은 제가 한국의 언유에 대해 이야기해봤습니다. 오늘 영상이 마음에 드셨다면 좋아요, 구독 눌러주세요. 감사합니다.